Well, good morning. Good morning, everyone. I'm Anthony Bolling. How we are going live here in a few moments. Welcome to Chasing Gazillions. Is not the same as making millions. Uh, I'm Anthony Bolling, your host, where we are talking about all things that are real estate. Your interest in becoming a real estate professional, what it's like to be a real estate professional here. We're going to be talking weekly about all things real estate. And today we have an exciting guest who I'm going to call right now and ask them to come on the line. Let me call our guest today. This is great. I love this format here. Um, hey, Maury. Okay, I'm on. So you all can come on. I've already got it teed up and warmed up for you. So everyone's ready. All right. Thanks. Bye. Okay. So again, uh, so this week today we're going to be talking to uh, Maury and Elizabeth Baskerville. These are recent clients of the Anthony Bolling Group and who we had the honor and privilege of representing them in a recent sale of their property. And they're going to come on board here. Hopefully, this technology is working. And we're going to have a conversation with them about their experience and working with the Anthony Bolling Group and what it was like and what the outcomes were. And you know what? I think I did it again. I made. Oh, here they are. Hold on. I see. I get too excited. Uh, Let me see. There, there they are. All right. Okay. I love it. I love it. Let me see. Okay. How's that?
Better, yes.
Is that better? Okay. It says start.
Can you hear us?
Okay. Oh, in that. Okay. Oh. That was the Zoom. Right. Okay. Hey, we already got people chatting in. James Ward. Hey, Ward. Okay. Um, okay, great. So we're live, and we're excited to have you both here. I know it's early. I know you all are exhausted. It's been quite a journey, and so we're going to jump right into it for the 3 hours. No, not 3 hours. The- but you know.
Don't make me turn off this video.
All right, I won't. I won't. So what we want to do here with the time we have most, and I'm going to get out of the way because everyone out there who knows I'll just yammer on. We want to introduce Maury and Elizabeth. Hey, your names are right there. Wow. Did you put that
Yes, I put
in there?
that.
Man, I'm sorry. I just this whole podcast thing, this whole live stream stuff is new. I'm excited about it because, as you all know, me and a microphone, man, I just go crazy.
Who gave him that haircut, though? Good Lord, that looks like a Muppet haircut. Poor
Yeah,
microphone.
okay. Now,
Poor
now,
microphone.
so you can see what happens when people spend a great deal of time working with me over time. Then they come in and then they try to joan on man's haircut. Okay, fine. So, Maury, Elizabeth, welcome to Chasing Gazillions. It's not the same as making millions. So, you want to be a real estate professional. Here's where we're going to talk to our audience out there live about your journey working with the Anthony Bolling Group. And so let's start it off and let's get it going. we just successfully sold your property at 203 Sycamore Ridge Road in Laurel, Maryland. It was a successful transaction because we sold it.
Yeah.
So we count that as a success. But what the people out here really want to know is, what did it take to get there? What was the journey like from the beginning? So let's start with that. How, in fact, did you all get hooked up with the Anthony Bolling Group?
Okay. So that came from my brother-in-law, Delano Tyler. You guys are good friends. Play football together at UVA. Of course, I'm a UVA grad as well. So we did the fam. We did the Wahoo Wahoo thing. You know, Wahoo Wah, Univ, Virginia. EA. Okay, we ain't got to do the whole rah rah, but that was the connection that we got. And with that, it's been almost like, I guess, a little bit of a friendship, a little bit, just a little bit. No, but seriously, you've been a great guy. You've been awesome with us, walking us through every step of the way, just helping us to learn more about this. Even though we've sold a house before, this was definitely a lot more enjoyable part because last time we had to do a short sale in Arizona. So, but this was definitely fun, definitely better when you're getting more money than losing money. So, and really, just really an enjoyable process because now we're looking at buying a house. So.
Fantastic. Well, you know what? We say, and we have a commitment here to our clients that we want to make this process enjoyable, that you're sort of holding hands from the beginning of the process till the end, and that there are no emergencies in real estate. But you mentioned that it was a little more enjoyable because you made money. But tell people about, say, the initial process, the initial meetings, your requirements meeting. When you first got started and we met, what was that first meeting like?
It was interesting. It was long. Just to be honest, it was long. It was one of those where we didn't expect it to be that long, but it was enjoyable because we went through buying, we went through selling, we went through everything that we would need to go through. So it was good.
Now, by long, come on, be honest with the people. This was our first initial requirements meeting, and we were trying to get your ideals. We were trying to get your requirements down. Come on, tell. It was a Zoom call, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a Zoom call.
It was a Zoom. So you were at home, you were comfortable.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tell the people for real. How long was that initial meeting?
It was 4 hours.
4 hours.
Yeah.
4 hours.
Yes.
And after that, you still agreed to work with us.
Yes.
Okay. So just everyone else, generally speaking, our initial requirements meeting is scheduled for 30 minutes. But if the client keeps going and they just keep exploring, then we keep going. And if they're up to it and they want to go 4 hours, we hang in there with them 4 hours to get the best understanding of their requirements. Come on, right? There you go. So we go through the requirements. We get the requirements down. You want to sell your home. You had a beautiful home there at 203 Sycamore Ridge Road in Laurel, Maryland. Tell the people about your property. Tell them about your home.
You can go.
Jump on in there, Elizabeth, because now I've been with you now a minute. When did we first meet? This is April. When did we first meet?
We met in January. Is it January, February?
Okay, January. Okay,
Yeah.
so we've been together now about 4 months.
Yeah.
Okay, so come on. Well, tell us about your beautiful home that we just saw.
I mean, it was a beautiful townhome. We had it for the past 12 years, I believe. Um, yeah, we that's the first home for our son, so he was a little bit emotional um, moving because that's all he knew. We had great memories, good and bad. It was just a home for us. I think it's starting just to sink in now that we're no longer there.
When the check hit, that's when it sunk in. I tell you like that. And
Okay.
now and you can say our past home because that is our past home.
There
Yeah,
you go.
we
Fast home.
consider it our home until we find our new home.
I'm
That's
done with
right.
it. After I got the check,
Fast
I was
home.
done. I'm like, it ain't mine no more.
So you
Yeah.
know what? So let's kind of talk a little bit about that. So it's your past home, and you mentioned you're not there now. So where are you right now in this process? You sold your home. We went to settlement and we sold your home. Where are you right now?
We are in a rental, so we had to rent because we couldn't find our new home within that time frame. Um, because we had to settle within like 30 days,
Okay.
21.
or
So
20,
so
21 days.
so you sold your property, you vacated that property. You're now in
Hmm.
a temporary rental while
Hmm.
you're working with the Anthony Bolling Group to find your new home.
Yeah.
Talk to the audience and other buyers out there about their process of trying to sell the property while you're living in it and looking for the other property, and competitively what you experienced in the marketplace, and now that you're out, any advice you would give them about vacating a property early and moving out. Talk to them about that.
So one thing that Anthony Bolling asked me that I should have done more research on was, are you okay with renting short term? Because it's a possibility your house could sell fast because we thought we were looking at 3 months. 21 days is not 3 months. So the one thing we did not realize is because we had been in our home 12 years, rent has gone up a lot. So I would say look to see what rent is in your area before you agree with that to make sure that you're looking at the long-term impact that's going to be on your bottom line of the money that you're getting in your house against if you're looking to buy another house. So, and just be very strict on that because remember, you're the seller. You get that option of saying, no, I'm not going to accept your offer because I need 90 days because I'm still looking for a house. So that's one thing we could have done better. But at the same time, we're still in a good situation because we were able to find a rental pretty closely. That's also still right down the street from us and also allows our son to stay in the same school until he finishes out the school year. So we were blessed to be able to find something that worked out for everyone for right now.
Wonderful. So you if I were to, on our next client, if I made the recommendation, consider moving out of your property now and having it be vacant because it will sell faster and fast
Hmm.
with it being vacant and going into a rental. If I shared that with a new client, a potential client, and they came to you and said, "Hey, Boland's talking about moving out," and that seems crazy. We don't want to move twice.
Hmm.
What do you say to them?
First of all, think about your finances. You have to look at if you can afford a rental and also paying your mortgage because you still have to pay your mortgage while you're still selling the house. So you have to look at that option as well. Then you also need to make sure that where you're going temporarily that you're going to be happy for 6 months to 12 months because this is a great seller's market. It's not a great buyer's market though. So you also have to think about if you're looking to do something, especially if you're thinking about looking for a house that's a new build because that's something we're entertaining as well, then it might be a good option because you're looking at 4 to 5 months out. But it all depends upon you. Just make sure that you're putting yourself in the right situation and being very upfront with Anthony and his group about what makes sense for you.
Fantastic. I love it. Hey, Elizabeth, let's talk about getting the house ready to compete in the marketplace. We talk about, Maury mentioned it's a seller's market right now. You were selling, but there are things we did to prepare the house to compete in the market for its the highest possible value. Let's talk about, the did we do an appraisal or was it an inspection, pricing? Talk to people about how we came to that final decision and putting the property on the market.
I believe we hired an inspector to come to the house to just check out our house to just make sure we know what's going on with the house, what needs to be done, so we can prepare ourselves financially, whether we're able to fix those things up front before we put the house on the market, or whether we're able to just sell the house the way it is and be okay with that. And also consider that when we set up the um, price of how much we're going to sell our house for. And also, you just have to prepare yourself because it is a stressful journey, that part, because you have to also make sure you declutter, make sure you get the house ready. So start picking up some of the stuff to just make sure there's less in the house. So when people come to your house, they can see themselves living there. And also fix the little things. For example, we had to do some repainting so the house can look a little bit clean. Just little things like that. Pay attention to if you are looking to buy a house, when you walk into the house, what you like to see and try to present your house that way. And then also just, remove yourself from the house during open house. Just leave it clean. And maybe if you have the resources, like my husband suggested, we ended up staying at a hotel for that weekend. That was less stressful. We are out of the house and you don't need to worry about, having to clean after each day. You can
That's
just
right.
leave the house for the weekend and leave Anthony and his team do their job.
Great, great, great. Thank you. So now we're competing. The house, is on the market, and
Mm-hmm.
we came to a price.
Mm-hmm.
Um, realtors, they give you a competitive market analysis. They tell you what has sold in the past. Maury, talk about the strategy that you as an owner and the real estate professional went into deciding which approach you all finally decided to take in marketing your property.
Okay. So first of all, knowing that it was a seller's market, we wanted to start out high, and we talked about pricing it probably at our what we thought we wanted, but at the same time, we also noticed that there were some places that were on the market for a little while. So maybe that's not the right, maybe that wasn't the right option. We knew what our bottom floor was because we knew we weren't going to accept anything lower than. We also knew that there was a possibility of creating an opportunity to actually get more buyers by pricing it a little bit lower, because that's what we saw when we were looking at buying houses, because we saw places where it was 12 to 15 to 16 different offers. So with that, we wanted to create an opportunity where it could be more buying. So we set our price at our floor to make sure that we were going to get exactly what we were going to do. We knew we weren't going to go down from that, but we were able to secure something that was above the ask for it, and straight cash, which is the only reason that we moved out in 21 days. So as Randy Moss says, straight cash homie wins all the time. So
Is that what Randy says?
straight
we,
cash,
call,
straight cash.
we call Randy. Okay, fine. That's all right. Randy could get some credits here today on the answer.
Hey, Marshall is a
on
good
Answer
school
Bolling Group.
too. It's not UVA, but it's still a good school.
Okay, there you go. But it's interesting what you talked about. And here's one of the things I want to emphasize. You, as the owner, seller, making the final decisions in this process, knew what your bottom floor was. And you shared it with your real estate professional as a part of the process in the team. We worked together. There was this, it wasn't some hidden unknown number that you have in your mind. You actually said it with your outside voice to me, that I would know the number that I would have to defend, that I would know as we marketed and negotiated and haggled with persons, I would know, don't go lower than this number. This is my floor. And that's the strategy we took. And you mentioned we got above the ask and cash. Now, one other thing here. I had suggested the number of offers we thought we would get for the property. And then you, as an owner, of course, you have input into it. You think, hey, here's how many. How'd that work out in terms of you versus the real estate professional? I'm guessing how many.
Well, you won. You get the trophy.
Thank you. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Okay, because that's important to know, for people to know that when your real estate professional is saying, well, okay, I'm an advisor, but you make the final decision. But I just want people to know that, I've been doing this a minute, right? And I'm here to be of service. and we try to have a great time, and there are no emergencies. Look, we're coming up towards the end of this program here. We've had a great time, you all talking about the selling of your property. You got above ask. You got in 21 days, so that was really fast.
Mm-hmm.
It was all cash.
Mm-hmm.
All cash. Wow. All cash. Let's come clean, because this is what the people out there really want to know. What is it like working with Anthony Bolling? I mean, let's just get to the dirt, right? Come on now, dude, come on, what? Let's be for real, for real. I'm fine. I can handle it. Here's your chance to tell the people for real. It's just between us.
On a podcast. Okay.
For me, I think it was a great experience because he always brought humor to everything. And that, put me at ease, especially when I was most stressed or anxious or, doubtful. For example, I was giving you a hard time. I don't think we're going to get an offer. And you're just so optimistic about everything. So that calmed me down through the process. And I feel like I enjoyed you through the process, and I'm looking forward for you to guide us to get our next house, our last house.
Last house. It's not next. It's last.
Okay. No, he said, in case in the future.
It's last.
Possibility.
It's last.
Okay, our last house.
Okay.
Go and ahead, you taught me a lot. And you taught me a lot. You taught me different ways to do things, to approach things. And I'm more interested in real estate than I thought I would be. So, yeah.
So there's a possibility that after this experience, you might want to be a real estate professional?
I absolutely. We talked about it, after the house in Glen Burnie. Yeah.
Because I think you would be a fantastic real estate professional. You have the patience to do a wonderful job working with clients. And I'm excited about the prospect of mentoring and carrying you through that process. But Maury, come on and tell them your wife was nice. She's kind. She's a sweet person. You are blessed and lucky to have her because she's really nice. But you can be straight. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Tell them. Tell them what it's really like to, 4 hours on initial requirements meeting.
Brother will keep you on the phone. Brother will keep talking all the time. Brother will keep you exhausted. Brother will call you from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. and say, is it too early? Is it too late? Make sure you let him know what time you are available because he will keep you engaged. But at the same time, I mean, that's not a bad thing because if there's something that needs to be done, he's on you. And he makes sure that he gets you through the process because, yes, it's his commission, but at the same time, he wants us to be successful. So, and he wants his clients to do things like this. So, and no, we're not being paid for this, which I still want my money, but still, anywho. So the one thing you really got to think about is that when you're really looking for a real estate agent, it's not just about the buying, it's about the relationship. You want to have a relationship. You want to make sure that you can feel comfortable with telling the person, you can be mad with the person and still be cool afterwards. You also want to make sure that they could be okay with you because you have a personality too. And when you're trying to sell your house, it's stressful. When you're trying to buy a house, it's going to be even more stressful in this market that we're in right now. So you always want to think about that. In that first meeting, we didn't just talk about houses. We didn't talk about buying. We didn't talk about selling. It was an interview of each one of us to make sure that it was a good feel. I knew by having the referral from my brother-in-law for him, it was already a good feel because when I talked to him before we met, it was already clicking, talking about UVA and going back to my days there. So the relationship was there. But at the same time, the one thing I will say about Anthony is bruh can eat. So if he asks you for lunch, make sure he pay it because that dude will eat you out of house and home. I'm serious though. I'm not even joking. Yes, he loves his drumsticks. So when they say Anthony loves chicken, he only loves drumsticks. It ain't true.
Just make sure you buy the drumsticks.
Yeah. So seriously though, he's a great guy. Working with Amy on this group as well. Amy Buchanan was awesome as well. So just knowing that you have somebody in your corner, that's what you need, especially if you're trying to sell or buy your house, anything that you're doing with a real estate agent. You want to have that relationship and that connection.
And so you know what? Thank you. And as we finish up, that's a great segue to the group. he you mentioned Amy Buchanan, my transaction coordinator, who makes sure that we don't drop paper and drop balls and get to the finish line. She's always there to support in the process, the buying and selling process. We have other team members who are in the back administratively who keep me out so that I can do what I do best. Well, no, what I do best is run my mouth. Do what is best for the client, and that is be of service to you all. And so I want to thank you all for giving me this opportunity. I know it was a referral from Delhi, another UVA, a former UVA football player, a teammate of mine. I love that, he thought enough of me to refer me to you, to trust, his family by referring them to someone he trusted. And I'm glad that we were successful with this leg of the journey. We're off to the next. Now we're out. We're out now to find the next property, and we're actively looking. So if you're out there, the Basketballs are looking. Come on, Maury Elizabeth. Tell the people out here what you're looking for, the areas you're looking for, price range.
Dude,
If you got a property that you think might meet their needs, come on, send it to me. Tell them.
dude, I'm sorry, but your microphone needs a haircut. That haircut is like 1960s. I'm sorry. That needs to be changed, bro. I'm sorry.
You say my haircut or the mic?
The microphone haircut. That's what I'm saying. That's better. That's much better because at least that looks like it's a real fro. So we're looking for 4 bedrooms, at least 3.5 baths, a basement, walk-in closets.
2 walk-in closets.
I said walk-in closets. I didn't say walk-in
Yes.
closet. I said walk-in closets.
Yes,
That
2.
means 2.
Yeah.
Oh, we saying peace. We
Don't
done.
forget Elizabeth's 2
Yes.
closets.
Yes.
And just a nice neighborhood because we also want to make sure our son can enjoy his school where he is. So
That's Manny. Shout out for Manny.
he
Okay.
don't deserve it.
All right. Okay, great. And what areas are we looking in?
We're looking in Baltimore, Howard, and also Anne Arundel County.
All right. You see? So we go. Anthony Bolling Group. I know you all know I'm second generation Washingtonian. My practice is here. But you see our reach. We travel, we go where the client needs us to go to be of service to them. And we also try to get there on time for our appointments.
Yes.
Okay. Well, we're down to the last 2 minutes. Before I close out, I'd like to turn it over to Maury and Elizabeth Basketball, successfully sellers of 203 Sycamore Ridge Road in Laurel, Maryland, above asking price, all cash, 21 days. Any last comments or thoughts you have to share with someone out there who's thinking about buying, selling, or leasing real estate?
Well, for me, it's just be patient and take it one day at a time.
Okay, nice.
I would say set a realistic time period. So make sure that you know what your time period is. Let your real estate agent know that. And don't vary from that because when you vary from that, that puts more frustration on you. But also be flexible because in this market, it's going to be a lot. You could sell pretty quickly. So just make sure that you have your contingency plans already put in place so you're not stressing yourself out.
Wonderful.
And also as a buyer, just be ready for competition right now.
Mm-hmm.
So make sure that you're ready for it. Don't get frustrated with finding your dream house and you don't get it because there's a possibility it could happen more than once.
Yeah.
So
And by competition, you mean something over ask. People are doing what?
Yes.
people are going over ask and they're just changing up the game. So
Yeah.
they're trying to
Being
figure out
creative.
what's the best way to get in a house.
Mhm.
So work with your agent about being as creative as you possibly can, and hopefully it works out for you. Hopefully it work out for us very shortly as well.
Exactly.
And also
Well-
just make sure you're pre-approved. Find your lender. Make sure you're pre-approved. It makes it easier when looking for a house.
Yes, yes, indeed. Well, everyone, again, I'm Anthony Bolling with the Anthony Bolling Group. I serve as director of KW Commercial here at Keller Williams Preferred Properties, and it's been our pleasure to bring to you this week's episode of Chasing Gazillions. Ain't the same as making millions. So you want to be a real estate professional? Here's what it takes to get the job done and done well. Hey, Basketball, thank you so much for coming on the show today.
You want us to answer James' question?
Okay, what's James' question? Oh, James. How do you feel about new construction? Oh, look at that. Dude, I feel great.
New construction, it really depends because now that we found the house that has everything that we like, we put an offer on it. So say, for instance, we don't get it. It's about making sure that when you're looking at new construction, you also have to look at how much they're going to nickel and dime you for everything that they are asking. Like we found a new construction, and I just asked, I don't see a washer dryer. You have to buy your own washer dryer for it too. So just make sure you're looking at all of that, because if you're spending all your money, you ain't got no money, you ain't gonna have a washer dryer. You could be going to the laundromat. So just make sure that you're looking at everything in that. But then if you know what you like, I would say don't settle. That's why we have a 6-month rental, because we're not going to settle. We're going to make sure we find our last house, not our next house, our last house.
Great word.
So a new construction could be that way if we find something in new construction, because now we still have 5 more months of rent to pay. And that's what a new construction usually is, 4 to 5 months out. So we'll see.
Excellent. All right. Well, guys, thank you so much. I'm going to end this live stream right now. Hey, you all have a great weekend. Enjoy today. Are we getting together? We're not together.
You shouldn't be saying that on the podcast, bro. You should know that. Nah, we good.
All right. Bye, everyone. All the best. Take care.
All right.
See you later.
All right. Bye.